Hello, folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Manowar, Unconquered, Issue 2 by Valiant. Now, there is some violence, fighting, killing, and a bit of vomiting in this one. Vomiting. So, if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. I'm pretty sure it's everyone from the first issue. Alright, so when we last left Eric of uh, Eric of Dacia, he was about to get up to the ship, to fly up to the ship and fight these particular aliens, the Roman, Nessus Roman something. Anyways, about to fight the aliens. It's been a few weeks since I read the first issue. My apologies. Yeah, I don't think I even said their name correctly in the video about the first issue. But anyway, he's flying up towards them with his armor, Shanera. And now, the aliens that the army's fighting, they already have a plan how to capture him. So they send their best warriors. He just slaughters them, just kills them off, as the two commanders watch from the ship. And then there's another a general lady, Tyra, who they're also about to send. So they keep firing at him, and then they send this big special missile that is supposed to make sure that the armor has, well, first of all, trouble healing and completely scramble the signals. They shoot that, it works, and then the general, Tyra, she flies out of the ship and captures him in a net. He loses consciousness, and she takes him back to the ship. He is dreaming, conscious. The armor, Shanera. Wait, just read her name again. Okay, where is, there we go. Shanhara, sorry. He tells him, Eric, this is a dream or a memory, I don't know, I can't tell. Sometimes you have to wake up. I am damaged, my sensors are off. When you wake up, you'll be on your own. And then a few hours later, he wakes up, and one of the generals is there with him, welcoming him. Eric vomits on his shoes. I mean, hey, he's been through some shit. The general doesn't the commander doesn't comment on it. He just said, well, let's find you some clothes. You'll join us for dinner. Finds him something to wear, and then they go to the big dining hall. He tells them, okay, so this race of aliens, apparently 2,000 years ago, Eric has saved them from their enslavers. But after he killed all the enslavers, he just left. And so they were on their own. They could now fight, and within a year, they conquered their enslavers and started again, and they went off to space. We learned most of this as Eric sits down to have dinner. He's, of course, suspicious. And and Tyra's at the table, and also the prophet lady as well, the suit-seer. Well, Eric and Tyra start bickering. She's like, "Why did the armor choose you?" And then one of the generals, the commander, says, "All right, go rest in your room. We'll continue this discussion later." The other commander accompanies him into his room. As they're going, he tells most of this of what happened afterwards, after he left. And then we see is that the ship is in fact massive inside and outside too. We see that they've how you said the oppressed became the oppressors. You see, they have other aliens, and one of their own is using a whip on him. They have enslaved aliens, and they use whips. Is what I'm trying to say. Eric is, of course, very angered by this, and he says, "I see 2,000 years, and little has changed." So he jumps down and starts beating up the guard until the commander shoots, purposefully missing him, but telling him, "I purposefully missed. Come on, let me accompany you to your room and have your tantrums there." Then, shortly later, Eric is laying down and he's talking to Shanhara. She she's 2 weeks still. That missile, what they had in there, is making her ability to recover much slower. So it's gonna be a while until they can do something. Eric usually, would slaughter everyone on the on the ship, but there are innocent aliens there, so he wants to explore more. He tells Shannara to rest, and he'll do it on his own. He moves the bed he's on, and there's a little window. Shannara helps him, and his hand glows, and she, I think, burns off the bars on the window. Then we see the Soothsayer. She's standing somewhere in front of a big window. Eric is above her. He asks, "I saw you in dinner. Why weren't you eating?" And she said it's bad luck to eat next to someone like her, so she takes her meals somewhere else. Interesting. I guess out of politeness, maybe she sits down with them. Anyway, he approaches her, and we learn her name. Her name is. A moment. I don't know if I would even be able to pronounce it, but let's try. One moment. Her name is. There we go. And Naiman, her name is. No, she tells him that as long as she has sight from the gods, these aliens, they keep her alive. And then she tells him, I've seen, I'm sorry. She apologizes because of her visions, they've captured him. And he tells her, can you show me what they've seen? It would help me. And then, for some reason, she takes his hand and she sucks his finger.
What the fuck is happening?
For some reason. I don't know, maybe he cut his finger and she takes some blood. This is an interesting method of being able to later see someone's vision or visions of someone's future. That was okay. That's one way to go about it, I suppose. Or was that just, to add in some sexy in there? I'm not sure. Yes, after that, she starts to see. She tells him, "I see you on a planet. I see men on crosses, looking at the sun." And he's like, "Is this something that I've already done, or is this something I have to prevent?" And she tells him, "I see a cauldron, a black one." But before she can continue, Tyra appears and slaps her, telling her, "How dare you?" in Greta Thunberg style. How dare you? Showing him visions to Eric. Eric tells her, where I come from, there's punishment for hitting an unarmed woman. She tells him not to patronize her. And then they're about to start fighting. She has an armor that's a little bit similar to Shannara, but hers is a pale imitation, as Eric mentions. And he says, "I don't need my armor to fight you." And they're about to go down, and you see, and then Nyman yells, "Tyra, no!" And then she punches forward, but Eric grabs her hand, and he says, "Good, I love a challenge." And that's it. That's where the issue ends. All right, let's start with the art. So I don't know what cover this is. Ah, wait, there we go. It says here. This is cover B. Cover B. Yeah, I don't really pick these. Whatever I get, I get. It's pretty cool though. I don't think it's by the interior artist, but I could be wrong. Yeah, there we go. Let me show you some of the inside art, of course. The art is by the same Mr. Liam Sharp. As I've said in the first issue, I love his art style. You see he's flying up towards the ship. That's the ship. So yeah, this is the whole. Oh well, you know what? Never mind. I'll get to that soon. You see, there's the fleets going at him. He, of course, just obliterates them. A waste of warriors, as you can see. There we go. So yeah, I love the art style. Amazing colors. I wonder why they left so much. This is only 2 white spaces here. I guess to aid to this design. Hmm. Yeah, there we go. That's the art. That's also all I can show you. All right. Now let's get to the story. So we had some progression. Eric has finally met his opponents face to face. I'm still not sure of their plan exactly. You'd think it would be easier for them to just kill Eric, as he said he should have just let me die in space, and then take the armor. But perhaps they don't do it because Shannara has picked Eric. So perhaps they reasoned that it would be easier to have him on their side, and then maybe he would allow them to study the armor. I mean, they still want the armor, but I do wonder if they're just trying to convince Eric to work with them until, I don't know, maybe forever, or until they can get enough information, or maybe until they can convince him to give them the armor. I don't know Eric's origin, so it's a it's a bit difficult for me to know how the armor works exactly. I know the soul of Shannara's in the armor, makes the armor sentient. So it's so she can choose, but I wonder if that means if Eric dies, she'll move. She'll be taken by someone else and used. I mean, she still has to save herself because she can also take damage. She's not invincible. So that's all very interesting where it's gonna go because there's only 4 issues to the story. So I wonder how they're gonna wrap it up and what's it gonna show? Just a glimpse of Eric's current life, or what's he gonna do? And the Tyra character is also very interesting. She's like a tough lady, and she seems to not like Eric. Also, I love how she says, "I knew we shouldn't have trusted you," as if Eric owed them loyalty or something. You guys sent fleets to him to kidnap him. What did you expect? Him to cooperate quietly? Come on. Sorry. Oh, don't be silly, madam. Oh yeah, it's left to be seen where it's gonna go. I mean, I don't think their plan of trying to trying to get Eric on their side is really gonna work. Based on what I've read in issue 1, I don't think Eric would have agreed to it in any capacity anyway. So it's left to be seen what's gonna happen. Will Eric even recover enough? He's quite well, he himself taken a lot of damage, and so has the armor. Shannara. So I don't know how long it'll take her to heal. Will he be able to escape them or destroy them, as he hopes to do? I'm sure. But yes, that is left to be seen. Alright, folks, so that is it for this issue. I'm going to not end the video. I will continue on to issue 3 since I have it. Because, not, there has been progress, but not that much has happened, so I'll just include the issue 3 here. So that's it. I'll see you at issue 3 then. All right, let's continue to issue 3 of Xomanowar Unconquered by Valiant. Now there is a bit of violence, a bit of blood, fighting, some visions, and experiments in this one. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. All right, once again, here is the team. And let's continue. So where we left off in issue 2, Arik and Thyra, at least I think that's how you pronounce her name, are about to fight. And so they do. He punches her. She's about to. Well, anyway, they're fighting. She's about to take off to take a sword as well. She has a suit that is as close resembling to Eric's as they could make, but obviously not the same. Now the soothsayer is begging them not to fight, to stop it. Thyra says this is her fault. But before things can escalate, the general arrives. The one with the long brown hair. Uh, Cadmos? I think General Cadmos, yeah. So General Cadmos arrives, he intervenes the fight, tells Thyra that she should know better. Eric is their guest, and she should treat him with his deserved respect. And yada yada, and then he says, well, enough of this now, there's someone who wants to see Eric. And then they all turn, they're in some kind of sort of hangar space, a big one. We see a huge at least what I assume is a hologram of the the leader, basically, the one from the first issue, being introduced to Eric. Telling him, well, the general introduces him, and the guy and their leader's like, okay, that's enough. Just saying this, and well, he tells Eric what an honor it is. The leader guy that they are. That he's there, and they searched for him for so long, and yada yada. And no, Eric, being him, says, "Well, I'm just here for now, but don't expect me to work with you." And before the leader guy leaves, he said, "Okay, but think about it. I'll give you some time to think about it. In the meantime, enjoy our hospitality." And that is it. The general tells Thyra to leave. Tells Eric, tells Soothsayer to take Eric back to his room and attend to him. And before he leaves, he tells Thyra, watch yourself, because next time I won't shield you from punishment. Then we move on to Thyra meeting the commander. So that's the difference. This is the general, this is the commander, the guy with the black short hair. And then they're talking, and it looks like there might be a conspiracy here of the commander wanting to get rid of the general, perhaps, or telling Thyra that he won't stand in their way much longer. Now that's interesting. What's happening there? Is he working with the leader guy or against the leader guy? Or does he just want to get rid of the general and, I don't know, as escalate, not escalate, but progress the plan much faster? Because Thyra argues with him, why don't you just, Eric is now vulnerable, he's injured, weak, why just not take advantage of that and take what they want? She does have a point, of course. Well, that's it. Before they go their separate ways, he tells her this conversation didn't happen. And we go to Eric in his room with the soothsayer, Namia. I'll just call her the soothsayer. They talk. She tells him that she too is, like him, in terms of she's been taken by this race of aliens. On her planet, there were 3 soothsayers, 3 with the gift. Now she's the only one that's remaining. And there's not much she can do. Sh- Shannara, the spirit in the armor, tells Eric to, to watch it, to not trust her too much. She too has a point. You don't know. Maybe the soothsayer is there to deceive him too, knowingly or unknowingly. Anyway, Eric promises her that he'll take her with him. He'll save her and take her back to her home. Again, Shannara warns him. The soothsayer is a very attractive lady, but Shannara mentions saying, "Well, you're attracted to her." Anyway, the soothsayer tells him, "Well, come on, I will show you something." They go to this sort of room. Um, it's also slightly like a botanical room, a little bit. She tells him, they grow all their food and everything here. And but then there's one more thing here that they have that they've been attempting, and as he looks, he's shocked and probably a bit horrified. There are armors that resemble his hanging from plants. So for centuries, ever since Eric has saved their race of people, they've been trying to recreate the suit of armor, but they haven't really succeeded. There's still a component missing, and Shannara, she scans these things and tells them that they're empty husks. They're not like his suit and him. And then Soothsayer tells Eric that they've been trying. They've had first-hand accounts of people that saw him fight. They've gathered all these materials, everything, and they still could not make a suit like his, an armor like his. Sorry. So, he asks if Thera is wearing one of these, and she says yes. But she was one of the lucky few who survived the merging. So, so they need to merge with this thing, but it looks like it's with what they made, it's quite dangerous. Because as Soothsayer tells him, even she's on borrowed time. So she may have this armor that's similar to his, but it's killing her slowly. It seems like. Well, that's why they so desperately want him. This leader guy, he doesn't just want one, armored man of war. He wants an army of them, and that's very dangerous. Then again, Eric turns to her, and Soothsayer tells him, Eric, you could leave me here and just go. I would not. I would forgive you." And he says, "Have you forgotten my promise to you so quickly?" She says, "No, I haven't forgotten." And she yells, "Eric, look out!" And the vines that hold the suits, they grab Eric, and it's almost like they're trying to suck him to them, but they don't succeed. Shaera manages to help him. He brings out his sword, or he does it himself. He brings out his sword, this one, and cuts himself free. Then it's almost like these vines are sucking the power and everything from him. And Eric's like, "What did they want?" He cuts one of the suits open. And she says, "Well, maybe like me, they saw in you a worthy champion, and they wanted to bond with you." Then, then something starts to happen. Soothsayer yells to him. Well, not yells. She tells him, "Come on, Eric, we have to leave before we are found out here." Then it looks like he's losing focus, because she yells at him, and suddenly everything's really bright. And then it's Eric inside possibly a vision. He looks around him and he's like, "What is this?" And Shannara says it's one of the visions, but Eric, don't look. But he says, "No, I will look. They're forgetting, Shannara. You're with me and I'm with you." So he finally looks in this vision, and it's the same one again that was in issue 1, I think. They didn't see it fully. I know from second issue, he didn't see it the whole thing. and how he finally sees it, and it's a future where because like the Soothsayer told him before, what she sees are just possible futures. Not, not, it's not destiny, it's just a possible outcome. So in this outcome that Eric sees, he is killed, and Thyra takes the suit. She is now the new champion. Eric yells, and but then everything goes black, and then he hears a voice. After he and Shannara talk, she tells Shannara is wise. You should listen to her more. And then he sees some lady chained to a wall and some kind of contraptions holding her. At first, I thought it was the Soothsayer, but it's not her. She tells him, "All right, Eric, you must wake up now and tell the Soothsayer to take you to the engine room." And that's it. That's where the issue ends. All right, let's start with the cover. I've been getting all sorts of different covers. I don't really care that much. So this is the one I got, as long as they're not virgins. So this is the one I got. This, of course, doesn't happen, though, but it's pretty cool still. I like the colors. They're very nice. All right, let's show you. The inside art is the same by Liam Sharp. All right, so here is it's either about to fight. That's Thera. See, she punches him, but he catches her fist. There we go. See, punches her. Oops, shit. Sorry. There we go. Well, not much really to comment about the art. As I said, I love this art style. I think the colors are also great. See, is Eric about to go for it? There's some sort of shield almost. There's I see that she shoots him. And that's it. That's all I can show you, because this is still pretty new. Yeah, alright, on to the story. So, I was right in... Oh, by the way, a correction. I said in the clip before this that you've seen that it's a 4-issue miniseries. I got it confused, I think, with Miss Truesdale. I believe I said that, and I think I just had Miss Truesdale in the mind. This is still not a done series. I don't know how many issues it's gonna have even. But yeah, I just wanted to make that correction just in case, because I remember I said that in the last one, and then that was wrong. But yeah. So I ended the last clip saying, you know what, I'll add this one, and I'm glad I did, because not that much has happened in this issue. I mean, we've gotten closer to Eric trying to do something, but all we got is a hint that there's another plot going on, and that, well, as I think it was obvious from the start, this race of aliens, they want to use Eric and make an army of, maybe not make an army, but use him, basically. As as it's quite clear from this issue. But yeah, other than that, except us seeing finally they're planning to make an army of Xomanowar. And then there was that new character that was added that I'm not sure who or what she's supposed to be. She quite looks like the Soothsayer, but not exactly. So I wonder if that's one of the maybe previous Soothsayers. Maybe they aren't dead like the one that Eric believes. Who knows? It's hard to tell. I do hope when issue 4 finally comes out that there'll be more progress there to see how this is gonna go. And also, what did that lady mean when she told Eric to go to the engine room? What does she want him to do? I mean, in this issue, I didn't say, but he and Shannara, it's obvious they're not going anywhere. They're not running away from this fight. So he's going to fight. He's not just going to leave and abandon all that on the ship and not leave the suits here as well, as he has promised her. I wonder if he's going to destroy the entire ship and this entire race of aliens, or are they just going to take away their ability to make suits like his? Can you imagine that power in someone's hands? And how he's disappointed that they haven't really changed much in all the centuries as he's been gone. Yes, so that's it. That's all that has happened in this issue. I look forward to issue 4, though it has been quite a while, so I wonder when when it'll come out. I do hope soon. This is quite a cool story. It seems like maybe it's another one of those where it's best read altogether. But that is left to be seen. Maybe this is going to be a much longer series. I really hope they don't just end up canceling it or something. That would be a bummer. Hey, yeah, that is it, folks. Let me know what you thought of issue 3 of Manowar Unconquered, and of issue 2 as well. Did you like them? Did you not? What do you think about the story progression? Good, not good? Too slow, too fast? And that is it. Now remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!